welcome to DIY Dave, and today we are going to be putting together a little shed, 3x5 in fact, quite a cheap shed, and it's part of a project that I want to be doing. I want to put this shed together and I want to fit it out to be a really small compost toilet, so it should be fun. I've purchased the shed rather than just build one myself, because I'm hoping to speed the whole process up. Anyone at home could purchase their own shed and assemble it. Should be able to anyway, with a minimum amount of tools, and it shouldn't be too difficult. So I'm going to take you through step by step assembling the shed, and then we're going to fit in the composting section. Now don't forget, as it's nearly Christmas, that's why I've got my special hat on. Also, if you could give me a subscribe and a thumbs up and a like on YouTube, that would help me ever so much. Thanks guys. Here's the door, which is in its frame. Now we need to fit these hinges, but the gap on this door is super tight, and at the top a bit crooked, so I'm going to mark this and I'm going to take a bit off it. These panels now on the floor, and I'm going to put the back panel and the side panel together first. Now, each corner needs to have 3 50mm screws put in it. I've already put the screws into this side panel, so I don't have to struggle because I'm on my own. There's 2 of you, obviously it's a bit easier. Right, carpenter's screw hold in the mouth. Them 2 on. Now I need to fit the other side and then the front. So I think I'll fit the side first to make it a bit easier. Nice. Now it does say that they should have brackets to fit them to the floor. So, let's turn that. Here we go. Here's the brackets. Just some standard right angle brackets. And they're going to screw them to the floor. So I'll show you. 2 brackets. There's the other one. And that one. I'll just put the screws in them. Now, I'm going to screw the face of it on with the door. Now we're going to fit the ridge beam, which is the biggest piece of timber that runs straight across the top. Looks like a standard 2x1 to me, but it is treated. That pretty much sits bang on. 2 screws. 1. 2. Right, next we've got to fit these 4 strips onto the end. Now it says to fit them with 3 25mm screws. So I've put them in already. If we get that in place, it's just to cover the joint on the end there. Quite nice. We're going to cut the roof felt now, and it comes on a roll. It says roll it out and cut it into 2 equal lengths. I think it's a 4 metre roll. I measured the top and it's like 1.5 metres. So I'm going to cut 2 lengths at 1.7. I don't want to have too much wastage. And as you can see, I rolled it out on the floor. And so I'm just going to cut off and then I'm going to fit. Now this felt's going to go up now, but be careful because this felt is thin. And look on the corner there, it's already ripped. So if you're not careful with it, you can easily just rip straight in half. So you need to be careful. But much easier if you've got 2 people rather than me struggling on my own. Oh. It says we want to leave 50mm overhang at the end, and that's so we can nail it into here. So I don't think it really matters if it's more than 50mm, but close. Now I want it to overhang on both ends. As you can see, I want a good overhang, so I want to fold it over before I put my timber eave on the end there. Good. And if I was to do it there, it would run to here. Really, I want it to drip off here. So I'm going to hold it a little bit more. And I'm going to, just over, giving it about 5mm extra. And I'm going to, yes, we've got these little felt nails. I'm gonna nail this on right here, and because it's nearly Christmas, I've got an elf's hammer. Here it is. Santa sent me out with that. He doesn't want me hurting my hands, you see. I've got to make presents. There we go. Because they're really small nails, I mean, they're literally what? 10 mil. So they're pretty small. They're nailing pretty easy. We want to make sure we get about every 100 mil, 10 centimetres or 4 inch on way. And if you don't get enough on, and what you find happens is the wind will catch it. And if the wind does catch it, it will end up ripping it off. Last one. Yay! I'm going to trim out the front section now, and I've just trimmed out the back section to make sure it all would go smoothly. And a bit tricky, so you're going to need a couple of things that don't tell you you're going to need in the instructions. 1, sharp scissors. 2, you're going to need a knife anyway. Make sure you've got a fresh blade in there because it needs to be sharp. As I said earlier, that file is thin, so it really needs a bit of extra. Well, first of all, knife into the ridge here from the piece of timber that is the roof. I want to bring it out about 10 mil and then just cut a nice straight line. Right, there it is, cut. Now, I want to fold it over. I'm going to put that knife down a sec. This is the barge board. It needs to have 3 30mm screws. We'll start off with 2 screws. We'll get them roughly in the middle. Just Getting me ready to go. Okay, now I want to fold this piece over and then get this in place and put it on. Now, it needs to be flush at the bottom, yeah? Not at the top. So, fold it over, be nice and careful with it, don't want to squeeze it too hard. Here we go, right, okay. Now once I put this piece here, it will kind of hold itself. So I just want to make sure it's to the end. There it is, it's at the end. So, yeah, I want it roughly flush with the top. Doesn't need to be perfect. Screw. That one's not touching anything, so put it somewhere else. That's better. Okay. That's good. So that at the bottom, onto the corner, I want to get this piece just cut off. So, just cut it down. Perfect. There we go. I just want this piece to hang as it is. I'm going to pop another nail in here so that it doesn't catch the wind. Like I said earlier, these sheds and the wind, not good. And you know, most times people are putting up these sheds probably in the summer, July, September, thinking about garden parties and etc, etc. Weather's nice and sunny. Come to December, January, February, storms blowing in left, right and centre. Goodbye shed. That's on. That's the first one. That's brilliant. Now we'll put our middle screw in. Touch nothing. Okay. Right. Show them again. Middle. Right, there it is. So this time I'm going to fold it over, but you'll see that this is going to interfere with this barge board. So as I fold it, there we go. I'm gonna use my scissors. I'm not going to use my knife because it'd be hard to get a good cut with a knife. There we go. Perfect. So yeah, the same again. Just fold that over. Alright, let's do that one. Screw that one bit together. Try again. There we go. Brilliant. Okay, now we're going to use our knife trim the edge off, same as the other side. Okay, and then I'll pop a nail in there. Good. Now, we need to cut off these which is where having a sharp blade is really going to come into its own. Just going to follow the timber down. Probably need a couple of scores to get a good cut on it, but it is thin. And there we go, guys. I hope you've enjoyed watching me put together the little shed. It was been an interesting little job, and you know what, it's only took me just a couple of hours to put it together. So I mean, obviously with all my experience it wasn't too much of a grand job, but I would imagine that your average DIY geezer is going to take him a couple of days to get it together, but luckily for me I've got experience on my side. Now don't forget to hit that subscribe button and a like and a share, because it does all help. And stay tuned for part 2, when I will be retrofitting the baby shed into a compost toilet, and that's going to be the fun part. Cheers guys, Merry Christmas.